right, welcome to another edition of the Above the Bridge podcast. I'm your host Thaddeus. This episode we're gonna do things a little bit different. I'm just gonna chat with one of my friends. First off, we're just gonna shout out their sponsors. Shout out to Defend Hawaii. If you go to defendhawaii.com right now, upon checkout, use promo code ATBPOD. You'll receive 15% off your entire purchase order. Defendhawaii.com. Also, HawaiiCandyFactory.com. If you go on their website, same thing, promo code ATBPOD upon checkout, you'll receive 10% off your entire purchase order. Also, shout out to iRep Detail Hawaii, Hawaii's biggest detail garage superstore. They have everything you need to detail your car. Go check them out in Temple Valley Shopping Center. The owner is Kaika. Tell him I said, what's up? Okay, so my guest today, he runs his own podcast. It's called On the Corner of TJ and Hooker. He also has a plate lunch, soul food kind of thing going on. It's TJ's Country Kitchen. Is that right? What's up? It's my friend TJ. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? What's up?
How you been?
Yeah, you got it right, man. It's TJ's Country Kitchen. I also do catering, grad parties, bar mitzvahs, divorce parties, whatever your food needs, I got you. You know, I also just recently shout out to my homegirl Corey. She kickboxes. I also she's going through fight week right now. I did her meal preps for her, so you know that was a little challenging, but definitely rewarding, and I appreciate her trusting me with her nutrition.
That's crazy because you got I see your plates. It doesn't look like it's something people would eat to be cutting weight.
Well, yeah, that's the plates that I do on Sundays. So yeah, on Sundays it's kind of like, you know, people that I do meal preps for. Sunday is kind of usually everybody's cheat meal day. So, you know, that's usually the cheat meal stuff. Yeah, so I'm from the South, so usually the thing that I like to cook is like Southern comfort food. Some of the things are kind of like local food, but you know, like just seasoned a little differently. Yeah, I do local soul food on Sundays. I also do meal preps. So when I do meal preps, I like to kind of pattern it like after I'm doing something not healthy, but make it in a healthy way. Because it kind of like tricks the mind, you know what I mean? Like when you're eating healthy, you definitely don't want to look at your food and be like, oh shit, I'm eating like fucking meat and grass. You know, you want to kind of make it look and make it taste like you're doing something that's not healthy, but still do it in a healthy way. Like one of the popular meal preps that I do is I do like a healthy version of chicken parm, but instead of using like pasta noodles, I use like zucchini. And I use like grilled chicken and make like a tomato sauce. Yeah, so, you know, just like a kind of a healthier version of a chicken parm, but, you know, still have like some of the taste.
So in Hawaii, like if you're cooking soul food, primarily who's your target market? Like who's been coming to check you out?
You know, you would actually be surprised. Like idealistically, my target market would, you know, kind of be people that kind of grew up in the South, people that were normal to eating Southern food, but it's like the total opposite of that. Like most of my people that come and get plates from me are like little Asian people. So it's different, you know, like one of my main customers in starting this business was my good friend John Ohm from Truist Hawaii. Shout out to Truist. Yeah, so he would always like come over my house for dinner, and he would post like pictures of the food that I would be serving him on his Instagram. And like, I guess people from his Instagram that follow him would come over here and pick up the food. So it's like a surprise to me every Sunday when I go downstairs, because I run my business through Instagram. Like I do like pre-orders through Instagram, and then I have people pick up the plates on Sunday. So a lot of the times I'm not aware of who the person is on Instagram. I just know that their Instagram name. And so when I walk downstairs, a lot of times it's a surprise to me. Like I'm not expecting, you know, a lot of like people that aren't traditionally used to eating soul food, to be ordering it so much. But I guess, people like to explore and try different things. I know that's the way I am as far as my taste buds are concerned.
For sure. So wait, how did you learn how to cook soul food, and what primarily are you cooking? Like, what is soul food? Like,
Okay, I'm glad you asked me that. I learned how to cook because I grew up most of my life like with my grandparents. So a lot of the things that I've learned throughout my life has been from my grandparents. My grandma is probably like the best cook I've ever met in my whole life. Like, I feel like my grandma could make anything. I know everybody feels that way about their grandma, but like, I definitely feel like my grandma could cook anything. And I used to like hang out in the kitchen with my grandma all the time and stuff. So, and then I'm the oldest sibling out of all my parents' kids. So I kind of like, it was kind of my job to make sure that everybody ate when my mom and dad were at work.
okay.
So I kind of just like picked up things here and there. And, like, it's always been something that I've always wanted to do. I actually went to school for a while to be a chef, and it didn't work out the way that I thought it would. So
I did the same thing.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I got a story about that.
I never knew that.
You want to hear my story about that?
Sure, talk to me.
Okay,
man.
Real quick. So I went to culinary arts school. It was at Kapilani. I got like set up. I got the chef coat, the shit you need to be in the class. And what had happened was they put me in baking, but I didn't do the introductory to cooking class for some reason.
Okay.
So I took the baking class and I was like super excited. This was like right out of high school. And I was thinking like, okay, I want to try this out. And then I was in the class. First project was to cook like muffins or something like that. So I'm all stoked. Yeah. I'm finally mixing it up. We're doing it. And we go to the classroom. I mean, they have like those ovens. So there's ovens all around the classroom. And I put mine in. I think it's all good. And the end of the class, the chef goes to each oven and opens it up, takes it out, takes a bite, critiques it. So I'm just like, oh, yup, when mine's done, like it's going to be like, everybody's going to trip. So we go, everybody's one is nice. I'm the last one. So they open my oven and there's batter all over the place. It's just a mess. And I'm like, shame, obviously. I'm super embarrassed. I'm super pissed off because I had no idea what went wrong. I thought I did it correctly. And I was just like bummed out. So I went, after class, I was in the bathroom and I was in the stall changing back into my clothes. And two of the people that were in my class, they were talking shit about me. Like, oh, bro, you saw that guy's oven. What a dummy. And they didn't know I was in the stall. So I popped out. This is bad. So I popped out of the stall. I was like, what you said, bro? And I cleaned his clock, cracked him right in his face, and he dropped. And his friend looked at me and ran. And I just dug out. I ran out the bathroom, grabbed my shit. I've never been back. that was the epitome of my culinary arts schooling.
Man, you should have stayed there, bro. It was bound to come up sometime. They was gonna need someone to pound the dough. So that could have been your job, man. You could have been the one to pound the dough.
Yeah, I was so ashamed, bro. That was one of my most embarrassing days. And like, yeah, that guy got the brunt of that.
You probably didn't realize it, but you started out with one of the hardest things in cooking. Like, I'm an excellent cook, but I'm a terrible baker. Like, baking is a lot more like, because when you cook, you kind of like, a lot of times when you cook, you're cooking to taste, right? So like, if you put too much of something, you can add a little something else to balance it. You know what I mean? When you're cooking. But when you're baking, it's really, really precise. Like, if you get like one thing like off just a little bit, it ruins the whole thing. So
and it was like it was like, I guess I calibrated the recipe wrong from what I understand, but I mean, especially
it's
I was
real
young.
mathematical too.
Yeah.
it's real mathematical, like the ratios and all of that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So some baker
yeah, I learned.
somewhere out there got knocked the fuck out, and I don't know what he's
It's
doing now.
probably some guy now. He's probably thinking about that. You probably gave that dude like trauma from that.
We shouldn't have been talking shit. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
so what do you cook that's soul food? Like what are the dishes and what are the entrees and stuff?
okay, well, soul food is, basically like Southern comfort food. Like I feel like every like different place in the world has their own like comfort food. Like how like I would consider like loco moco like a local comfort food. It's like a
Yeah, for
very
sure.
popular dish that pretty much everybody out here grew up eating. The basic staples in Southern food is you gotta have the mac and cheese. That's like the big thing. That's like the big side. Like if you go to a Southern restaurant or you go somewhere where they sell Southern plate lunches or whatever, that's one thing that you can pretty much always guarantee to be on the menu. Mac and cheese. Another big one is collard greens. That's a big thing. Collard greens is a big Southern dish. Have you ever had collard greens before?
Yeah, I definitely had. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Is it
Mhm.
something you would like?
Yeah, for sure.
The first time when I first moved to Hawaii, the first time I saw Lau Lau, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was collard greens.
I
I was
guess
like,
it
oh
kind of looks
shit.
like it.
Yeah, I was
They
like, oh
wrap it-
shit, they eat collard greens in Hawaii too. My boy was like, nah, bro, that's Lau Lau. I was like, oh, okay. Another big thing, like in the South, usually like fried chicken is a big thing. Like I know chicken is like a universal thing, but fried chicken is a big thing. I think fried chicken like it's a pretty universal like dish in like most ethnic food group and like most ethnic things, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah,
I think
everybody got
the
fried
way we
chicken.
fry it is a little different, you know what I mean? Like well, I was always accustomed to the way my grandma used to fry chicken, and my grandma used to always like marinate her fried chicken in like buttermilk. It gives it like a different flavor. Definitely makes the chicken a little bit more moist, I think. If I'm allowed to say that word, some people
Oh
are
yeah.
grossed out by that word. You're not grossed out by that word, are you?
Nope.
Okay, so I can say moist.
When you say it like that, then it's kind of weird, but whatever.
Yeah, but so fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens, red beans and rice, cornbread. Hey, listen, this is the thing that I always have to have this conversation with all of my local friends. Because I think you guys consider cornbread as like a dessert, right?
Yeah, yep. Or side,
so
I guess,
like,
maybe. I don't know.
so like in
Yeah.
the South, it's like a side, like it's like a
Like
you know
rice.
how when you go to restaurant now, you know how like when you go to restaurants, they bring out like the little thing of bread, and you know how they have like the little rolls or whatever. So it's like cornbread is like a biscuit to us. It's like a roll, like it's something you eat to accompany your food. You know what I mean? Like I always have that conversation with all my local friends because like sometimes they come over to my house for dinner and they'll be like, "Oh, you got cornbread? Why you eating dessert with your food?" I'm like, no. It's not a dessert. Like this is like I guess this is like Southern tradition, yeah. But different things, different places. Everybody associates things a little bit different. We eat a lot of barbecued food in the South. Again, another thing that gets lost culturally when you're in different places. When I first moved to Hawaii, and then, I wanted food like from back home, I would like look things up. This is like, I've been here for a while. This is before Google. So, like you look it up and it's like, oh, barbecue. Like, I'm like, oh, barbecue restaurant. So I'm going there thinking like ribs and, steak and like smoked sausage and stuff like that. But you guys, barbecue restaurant is different. It's like Korean food. So,
yeah.
That threw me off a little bit when I first moved here, but yeah, we eat a lot of barbecued food, catfish. That's like something that people in the South eat that like over here, you guys eat fish, but it's like a little different.
So
So,
where do you get catfish in Hawaii? Like if you're trying to cook it.
I have to like a lot of the products that I get, I have to order because
Uh,
they don't have it here. Like some of the thing, like seasonings and stuff, I have to order. My vegetables, I like to try and like keep it local and buy like locally grown vegetables. So I usually go to the farmer's market and buy all of my veggies. They actually do grow collard greens over here, so
oh,
it's
that's
a
cool.
locally grown vegetable. So I got a collard green plug out here.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this whole thing started like you kind of swerved like during the pandemic. You started a podcast, started cooking. Like, how did all your changes? And I kind of spoke to you like before, and I
Yeah.
noticed like wow, like since the pandemic, you kind of leveled your game up, productivity, and you seem happy, bro. You seem a lot more happier.
I am. I am. I really feel like I found myself during the pandemic. A lot of people, you know, damn near everybody, we had like a lot of extra time to focus on things that, we should be doing or things that we thought about doing, like that's like I told you earlier, that's most everyone's excuse for not being able to do things is the fact that they like, oh, I don't have time to do that. But like I said, for like 6 months out of everyone's life, pretty much in the whole world, we had like 6 months that we were just at home. So we really had time to do pretty much anything that we really focused our minds on doing. And you know, before COVID, I worked for a catering company, and I watched like all the things that I worked hard for kind of like fade away because I depended on working for someone else. And like in my mind, I thought, I don't want to work for anyone else. Like I want to work for myself. I know that works out for some people working for other people, but like I feel like, doing things on my own time works better for me. And so I just kind of like put my mind and my energy and my time into like focusing on being a better person. I started a business during COVID. I got pretty good at golfing during COVID.
Oh, you
That
been
was one of
golfing?
yeah, golfing. That was one of the things that was open all throughout COVID was the golf courses.
That's true.
So yeah, and it was the only place where like you could really hang out with your boys and drink a beer out in public. So me and DJ Hopper Boy spent a lot of time on the golf course during
I
COVID.
seen that.
Yeah, I taught myself how to DJ during COVID. I'm not like on his level by any means, but I could probably keep a party going for a small amount of time. I invested like pretty much all the money that I had in my bank account into buying cooking equipment. I started a business. Nice. I've also been doing boxing training.
Yeah, with Nito. Shout out to Nito Boxing.
Shout out to Nito's Boxing. Yeah. I've probably lost about like 35 pounds.
Oh wow. You didn't seem that big though. Maybe you're just turning into muscle.
I just had like a little gut. Like I think it was because it was all unhealthy weight. Like my face was all like scrunched up and fat, and you know what I mean? Like I had man boobs. I still do, but I'm an A cup now instead of like a D cup. So yeah, I'm like training bra size now, but I definitely feel a whole lot better. Like it's a good positive way for me to start my day, because I'm like the type of person that in order for me to like stay on point, I need to have like a schedule.
Yeah.
So like and everybody in the gym holds me accountable. So like if I don't show up, I get like text messages and like messages on Instagram, like yo dog, and like sometimes Nito, like he'll be like on a Instagram live, and I'll tap in and he'd be like, yeah, where was you at this morning? He like called me out. So you
That's
just keep me
cool.
accountable, but that's good. Like I appreciate having positive people in my life like Nito and you and Hopper Boy to, hold me accountable and, kind of keep me on the right path. So I appreciate that. Shout out to you guys for being dope ass friends. Like that's a great thing to have. Surprise those idiots in across the street from me. Haven't up there they go. I spoke too soon. It's like these idiots that's across the street. It's weird where I live at. Is like weird because okay, on one side of me is like these really, really expensive ass apartments, like fucking $1 million apartments, like rich motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
there's my building. And then on the other side of me is like this 2-story walk-up building with fucking chronics that live in there, bro. And they be outside in the parking lot, like revving up mopeds. Like one of them
Oh,
steals
bruh.
mopeds. And at least like once every 2 weeks, the cops will be over here
Hey, Chronics can
confiscating
wrench
stolen.
mopeds, bro. They can soup those things up, bro. They could. Plus, they're up all night. You know what I mean?
Bro, they be outside in the parking lot by my building all night. And like he has this raggedy ass fucking Tacoma that doesn't run, but the stereo on that bitch knocks. Like he sits outside and wrenches on that shit like all night, like some nights. And then he'll turn like at some point in time when he gets fucked up, he'll turn the music up loud. Then people from my building will yell at him. And he'll start like calling them out. It's like every week, at least once a week.
um,
Okay.
you are one of my few friends that took the pandemic and used it to better themselves in not only health wise, mental wise, physically, but you did a lot of different creative things, including you started a podcast and I got your stickers on my stuff. I
Thank
listened
you. I
to it
appreciate it.
and you named it after your son. What is it? On the corner of TJ and Hooker.
On the corner of TJ and
I
Hooker.
like your intro too, bro. That thing, and like I created my podcast during the pandemic, and watching you do it the same time as me kind of gave me like a not really a security blanket, but kind of something similar. It's like, oh, I'm doing this, and so is TJ. It's like cool. Like it's not something that I'm out there doing alone or by myself. Like TJ is also doing it, and I don't know if
I
you
felt
felt the same way. Yeah, dude.
I did.
It definitely gave me confidence too. It's like TJ can do it, I can do it. We're doing it together separately, but it was cool. And you supported me, I supported you. And one thing about our friends, and I brought this up to Taylor, is like our real friends is a trip. They always promote each other. Like if you got something going on, they'll blow it up on Instagram or check it out, or if Hoppa got something going on, or if like Donnie or Hanson, it's like it's a trip. Like our friends don't want to see us fail, and they always try to help. And I always use this saying, it's the rising tide floats all boats. So if I'm doing good, then if I could throw something at you and help you do good, and then we all come up and our whole crew comes up together, and it's like that's the vibes I've been trying to, from the pandemic, I've been trying to filter, because I had a lot of negative people around me. And I know you were telling me about that also, that I had to shrink the circle a little bit, you know what I mean? And keep people in there that matter and that will give me that positive energy. And we all got a vibe off of that. And I know you kind of feel the same way too.
Yes. My grandfather used to have this saying that he would always tell me, and a lot of people, when they first hear what I'm gonna say, they're like taken back a little by it, but you have to let me finish the statement. So my grandfather used to always tell me, friends are supposed to use each other. And I would be like, what? He was like, yes, friends are supposed to use each other. He was like, when it goes wrong, it's when people misuse you. You know what I mean? Like, friends are supposed to take care of each other. Like, the true definition of a friendship is like a give and take thing. So like, you know what I mean? I promote your stuff, you promote my stuff. That it goes without saying. I don't even have to ask you to do that. Like the misusing is when you're constantly giving, and I'm constantly taking. And then some people get used to, the person giving to them. And so they think that's the way the friendship should be, but it's not like that. Like, you're supposed to do for each other in an exchange, like, without even like thinking about it. Like, we never even ask, like, I've never had one of you guys ever even ask me like, hey, repost my stuff or anything like that. Like, it just goes without saying. It's because, that's the give and take of a friendship. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way it works. That's the way it should work. But, a lot of people are selfish friends.
See, I've never gotten that. I never felt like jealousy or anger or like when my friends do something good. Like, it's like,
I'm excited. I'm excited, bro.
I get that feeling and vibe. And then it's like, if I can help them, cool. If like, bruh, it doesn't take much, like a post, a like. And as silly as social media is and stupid as I think it is, it's definitely a tool, and it could get an eye or somebody could check it out. Like when Hanson started his business, who has the best vegan plate lunches in Hawaii.
Yeah, bro. And it doesn't even taste like, like, that's the thing. It doesn't taste like you're eating no meat sometimes.
Yeah. His portobello mushroom katsu, I talk about it all the time, is by far my favorite. I like that better than chicken katsu. My dad, them like it, my daughter. But when he first started, like, I would post his stuff and people would hit me up and ask him and be like, oh, check him out. And then I would see like people checking him out and people that I knew. And I'll be like, oh, yup, like it's working. And then Hanson would post my podcast. And then people that I don't even know that Hanson knew would be like, oh, I seen your podcast. And it's like, wow, it's like our friends just try to help each other out. And it's cool. It's a cool feeling because it's hard to find cool friends, but then I feel like a lot of people have their own agenda for things, but our friends are genuinely wanting to see each other do good. And like when you started your stuff, I was to the moon, bro. It's like, I known how you were prior to the pandemic. And one thing you always did, like for years, and granted it is the club and stuff, but you supported our events all the time. Wherever I was, Hoppa was, like TJ would come. Even if you didn't stay long, you checked us out. Most times you did stay long, and like we had fun and cruised the green stairs and all that. But I think that watching you when the clubs are closed, I felt more connected to you and more happy for you because, bro, you changed your whole life around, and you just. And then when I seen you, when everything was open up, and I tell you this all the time, bro, you had that glow. Like, bro, fucking TJ looks different. He seems happy. It's just the energy coming off of you was visible, which like you don't see that a lot too often. And for me, as a friend, I'm just like, bro, that's my guy. That guy did some cool shit, and it resonates just in your appearance is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Cause I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm really doing things like at my pace. Like everything's like going the way that I want to. I feel like I'm in control of my life now. So it's a great feeling to know that you can do things that make you happy and things that keep you at peace and still, take care of things. Like, it's a great feeling because I don't ever feel like I'm working anymore. You know what I mean? I'm cooking, I'm helping keeping people healthy,
and you connecting local people with soul food. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a great feeling, man. So yeah, I'm definitely very happy with life lately, man.
Yeah, I could tell. And one thing that I do connect with you on a huge level is having a daughter. And I see you, like, you're the same way as I am, and there's no margin for failure with your daughter.
Definitely. And definitely
watching her like on your posts and like the excitement she has and the fun she's having with you is what I watch, because I always look for that in my daughter when she's with me. And bro, that connection you have with her is important, because nowadays a lot of parents don't, especially dads with their daughters.
Yeah.
But it makes me feel like, yup, I'm not the only one, or like TJ's doing that. Maybe I can learn something from him, how he's doing that with his daughter. And bro, it's like the more dads that show that, it becomes cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be
I
cool,
can't.
but some people don't fucking think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't understand that for the life of me. Like how people don't understand how cool it is being a parent. Like the feeling that you get knowing that the things that you teach someone, like molds them into the person that they are. Like I love that, man. Like it's probably one of the scariest things I was ever told when my daughter's mom told me that she was having my daughter. I was like nervous and scared. I didn't know how I was
Me
gonna be
too.
able to handle it. All
Yeah.
I knew was like I didn't have a very good relationship with my father, and I knew that like I was gonna do the best that I could to change that. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
and at that time, I didn't even know I was gonna have a girl. And then when I found out I was gonna have a girl, that was like a whole nother fear. Like, oh my god, like one day,
Yep.
like I'm gonna have to deal with because I have sisters. So like I just started thinking about like all the things that my sisters did, and I was just like, oh my god, one day I'm gonna have to deal with that.
Yep.
But I mean, it hasn't been so bad so far yet.
Yeah.
It's kind of getting
It's
there
getting
right
close, bro. I've
now.
been feeling it too, bro.
Yeah,
The
bro, because
age and
like
the
my
training
daughter's like
bras and all that.
oh
Like,
my God, that's what I was just about to talk. Like my daughter is like starting to go through like early stages of puberty and she's
yep.
starting to get boobs and
Yep.
I had to take my daughter to buy bras and I'm just like, oh my God, like
Like, what the
this is where it
fuck?
starts. Like,
Yep. I'm right there with you, bro. Like at that level. And it's like, brah, I'm gonna have to like she's having a school dance, and I'm chaperoning the fuck out of that thing. Like I'm gonna
oh,
be
you
there.
got to, bro. You
Yo.
got to, bro, because like we're right at the age, like our daughters are right at the age where like little boys start thinking girls are cute. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
right around like 12, 13, that's when little boys start like where girls aren't gross anymore. You
Yep.
know what I mean? And so
That's
yeah, we gotta stay
tread
on it,
every
man.
kid. Yep.
Does your daughter still think you're cool?
Oh yeah. And I'm like you. I make sure I spend time just focused on her, and we do a lot together. Like every Thursday, no matter what, we're going to dinner. I'll take her to dinner out, like me and her, and we'll do something cool. And whenever like on the weekends, like I'll always do something cool with her. Like we'll go movies, we'll go to the beach, and it's like I try to create these memories and traditions so that when she gets older, those are the things that's gonna click in her head. And like for me, I had a great relationship with my parents, but the communication wasn't as strong. So I always try to
Yeah,
communicate with her, and I'm silly. I'm a silly dude. So I do silly shit with her. My parents were more on the serious side. I'm not
yeah.
like that. Like I'm like bodyboarding down the stairs with her. We're like doing dances and stupidities. Like we just have
My
fun
daughter hurt
together.
my feelings. My daughter hurt my feelings for the first time. And I really didn't know how to deal with it. I still really don't know how to deal with it and can't process it. I heard my daughter tell her friends I was embarrassing, and it hurt my feelings. Like, bro, she was playing Call of Duty on a PlayStation, and I heard her tell her friends in the background. She's like, "Sorry, that's my dad. He's embarrassing." I'm like, whatever. I'm fucking cool. Like, I'm not embarrassing, dad. She doesn't know embarrassing like
Oh,
until like she deals with the things that I dealt with. But like my mom used to come to like my basketball games and like yell like, "That's my son! Yeah, shoot the ball!" Like yeah, but now that's embarrassing. So I've never done anything like that to her. And plus, I do cool stuff with my daughter. I've taken my daughter to concerts.
yeah. Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah, so like that's cool stuff. Like I never went to concerts when I was that age. So
Yeah.
I try to be as cool of a dad
Yeah.
as I can without being like a pushover. We got girls, they'll try you.
Oh yeah, I make trouble to my daughter. Like we'll be at the mall and she'll be like, "Dad, quiet! You're so embarrassing." And I'll go even louder and I'll say like, "I'll be like, what?
Does your daughter
You,
does your
you?"
daughter
I'll be like, "What? You wet your diaper? Now we gotta go change it." And I'll say it super loud.
does your daughter let you pick her up in front of her friends? My daughter makes
Oh
me
yeah.
drive around the corner to pick her up.
Oh no, she'll let me pick her up. Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah, when I pick her up from school, I have to drive around the corner.
oh, and you guys be like, "Okay, get in." You gotta come in
Mm-hmm.
bumping sounds with the megaphone and be like, "Hey girl, daddy's here."
She wouldn't even let me give her flowers in front of her friends on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
She's like, Dad, stop. No, not here. I'm like, come on. I'm a cool dad.
It'll happen. I know it's coming, so I do know to spend more quality time and I take her to.
How old is your daughter?
She's 11. Yep.
Okay, so our daughters are like the same age.
Yeah. Yep. And then brah, it's that whole thing with the boys and stuff. I had to trying to figure how to navigate that correctly, because I mean it could go both ways, and being a dude, I know how dudes are because I know how we were and
Are.
yeah, I don't want any. It's like I don't want a dude like how I was being with my daughter. Like that's definitely
not.
Yeah, so it's like I gotta figure out a lot of that angle. And then I was talking to my friend yesterday, and my daughter is very good in school. I don't mess with her school. I pick her up, take her there. She does her homework. She knows her assignments. She does her work, gets good grades. Total opposite of me. Like my parents had to find out from the teacher what my assignments were, sit me down, make sure that I did them. And like half the time I wouldn't, or I would hide stuff. And then I would be treating her in that way. And she had to stop me and like, Dad, like I have never gave you a reason to make you think like that. And I had to step back and be like, you know what? You're doing it all good by yourself. So until you mess up, I'm just going to let you do your thing. And for me, I had to really kind of pump the brakes and not treat her how I was, because she's not the same kind of student and kid I was. She
definitely. And we got girls. Yeah. Girls are a little bit more responsible in that way.
Yeah, definitely. But it's
the only bad thing about having girls is it's difficult to tell them no. I don't know if you have that problem with your daughter.
Yep, 100%. She got every anime freaking game for Nintendo, bruh. She has it all.
And then my daughter plays me against her mom, because she asks me all the things that she know her mom will tell her no to. And I'll just be like, yeah, okay, babe, whatever. And then her mom will call me all angry. He's like, why did you tell her she could do, like, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't know that you told her she couldn't. So yeah, that's the thing with the girls, man. They're a little sneakier than we are. So we don't see it coming.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, man, we're in this together, so at least we can bounce ideas off. And honestly, bro, like my daughter's screwed, bro. She's already 86 from every club on the island.
Well, see, that's the good thing about you being you and me being me. Like, you know, we know people that can keep an eye on our girls when we're not around. Yeah, man.
How you gonna be born 86 from Vegas? Like, sucks to be her, man.
Yeah, it's a good thing we know people.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, sooner or later she's gonna have to go on dates and all that, and I'm just not
I'm so not ready for that.
Yeah, I'm not ready for when that period thing happens. Like I'm like,
oh man, I keep having scares, bro. Like the last like month or two has been like scares. Like she'll be over my house on the weekend And she'll be like, "Oh, Dad, my stomach doesn't." Like every time she tells me her stomach hurts, in my mind, she's about to have her period. She'll be like, "Dad, my stomach hurts." I'm like, "Oh my God, let's go get the pads."
Let's get a diaper. What do we need?
Luckily, my best friend is a female, and she lives like not too far from me. So luckily, I have that to my benefit. The fact that I can just call her and be like, "Alexis, code red."
Yeah. I have support too. I got my sister and Sasha, and like, yeah, but I'm freaked out. Like I'm freaked out by it. And
yeah, because once that happens, it ain't our babies no more. Then she's a woman.
It's a trip. I was looking at old pictures of her when she's like so tiny, and I look at her now and it's like, wow, like, like people always say, "Oh,
doesn't
time
have
flies."
that baby face anymore. Yeah.
And it's like, wow, it really does. It really went by quick. Like, seems like yesterday she's like, "Daddy, come outside and play," and she's like super tiny, and now she's like,
this is how I knew my daughter was growing up. Maybe about a week ago, we were going out to eat, and she was like, "Dad, can you let me know like at least 45 minutes before we go out to eat so I can like curl my hair?" I'm like, "Oh my God." Like that's where it starts, when they start like curling and flat ironing their hair.
Okay, I need a new outfit or whatnot.
Oh my gosh. So like, "Oh no, Dad, I need wedges." Like what the fuck do you know about wedges? Like you're only 11 years old. Like no, I won't let her wear like her mom like lets her wear like a little make. I'm like, nope. Wipe that shit off your face. Like you can wear like some lip gloss or something like that, but that's where it starts, man. When my sister was like 12 or 13, she was like sneaking makeup to school and like putting on makeup on the bus. So yeah, we got that kind of stuff to look forward to, man.
Yeah. I'm just I've been trying to lay like a good solid foundation and like a baseline. You're doing a good
job, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. And
no problem.
I've been trying to do that so that when those times and situations come, she'll feel a little more comfortable to talk to me, and we'll have a kind of more open kind of communication. I'm hoping, who knows, you know what I mean? Like might have to lick some boys around.
Oh, you definitely, that definitely is going to happen at some point in time, but don't worry about it, man. We can do like the whole little
the 50 Cent freaking
bad
video
boy thing. Yeah, man. Call them in the garage. And all the boys will be there.
Yeah, for sure. In the patio outside. I was have the whole crew waiting.
Yeah, man. Call some of the boys from District, some of Monster and some of the boys over.
Yeah. Have 4 there with just standing. Just be like, "Brah, where are you going?" That'd be fun though.
Oh, definitely, man. We got that stuff coming up, man. We only got like I'm just thinking about that. I was like, yo, man, I'm like almost halfway done.
Yeah, it's nuts. It is, Brian. It's like, bro, I'm thinking like, oh, pretty soon I shouldn't be in high school, and it's like, bro, it's quick, and it's been fun though. I've been having fun. And I've never expected being a dad would be this much fun, and I'm blessed to have a good daughter, but it's a trip, bro. It's like I see a little bit of myself in her and her mannerisms, and it's like, or how she thinks, and it's wow, it's kind of cool, bro. It's been fun.
Yeah, my daughter's starting to pick up some of the habits that I wish she didn't have of mine. Like my daughter is she's like turning into a little sneakerhead.
Oh, so that's gonna cost you some script. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I
and they'll grow out of it too. She's still growing.
She already wears women's sizes. She already wears a 6 in women's. So yeah, I gotta buy like 2 pairs of Jordans now.
Yo, hey, that's on you, bro. That's your passion though. That's kind of cool, actually. It's kind of cool. At least those things are worth money.
Yeah, like that's the good thing about shoes though. I actually like the first couple of months of COVID, I actually paid my rent off selling a couple pairs of my shoes.
I remember.
It's actually more of actually, if you know what to buy, it's actually more of an asset than a liability now to buy sneakers.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go and Google the resale value of some of the sneakers I have. I actually probably have about like a little over $100,000 in sneakers.
Oh,
Yeah.
might want to edit that part out. You can get jacked.
Yeah.
So,
oh no, man! I got renters. I got renters insurance. So if you guys come in here and steal them, I'll still be good. Yeah, man. But you know, I don't really buy them for like the whole like wanting to be cool and being seen thing. Like I actually was into sneakers before it was like the in thing to do.
Yeah. Well, I could tell, and you're always well put together. You got your shoes and your outfit, and you're always matching, and you look good. You always look good, and you always got it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I try.
I know you try. You're like Golden Child. Like he always has his outfit. You guys got that swag, and I definitely don't have that. We're the same shit.
Oh man, you got a little of it in you, man. You dress nice, bro.
Yeah, I got to. But other than that, like I always admire that about you, and you always got nice shoes, and it's noticeable, and it's
Thank
like,
you.
Oh, I just always make sure I don't step on them.
No, it's okay, man. They're just shoes, bro. Like they're just, and like I've never been one of those guys like about that. Like I definitely have a few pair that I would like to preserve and not get dirty, but for the most part, man, like I'm not one of those guys that just like put some like away in like some case. I would like all my shoes. Like when people would be like, "Oh, you wearing those?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're fucking shoes. Like that's what I bought them for, to wear them." You know what I mean? So just I wear all my shoes.
Just been a little bit dicey when you're on the green stairs next to pee and vomit, and you know.
Oh yeah, man. Well, I definitely have shoes that I won't wear in that environment just because I know that there's a chance somebody might throw up on me or something like that. That happens at District quite often. Yeah. Well, not on me, but people just throw up
in the vicinity, and then you smell coffee.
Yeah. It's been a little mellow since COVID. Like, I don't know. I can't say done.
Yeah.
But since we've been allowed to go back in clubs and stuff, it's been a lot more mellow. Like the crowd's been there, but
it's been fun. I've been not enjoying too much.
Yep. I've been enjoying it, but like the club shenanigans have died down. I don't think I've seen one fight yet. Like,
I have.
I don't think I've seen one club fight. You seen one?
Yeah, a bunch. One? Yeah. Was probably when you're not there. I had a couple actually. Dudes be getting knocked the fuck out in the parking lot by Alajuana.
Oh yeah, that's usually because actually, if once they walk off that sidewalk, they're no longer like you guys' problem.
Yeah,
so
then we can be fans.
It's encouraged for them to, if they're gonna fight, like go over there and fight. You know what I mean? Like go across the street. But I've seen some pretty good fights over there in that street. I actually got maced once.
Oh man, I got maced before. It's not fun.
Sucks when you get maced and you didn't have shit to do with the fight.
Yeah, I was breaking it up
in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, I was at a party in Kaneohe and that happened, and my eyes swole up. I went to Safeway and got a gallon of milk and just poured it on my head.
Does that work?
It helped.
Does the milk thing work?
It helped, but my eyes were swollen, like looked like Hitch. Looked like Will Smith on Hitch.
Like you had a shellfish allergy or something.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. And I was breaking up the fight. The cops came in there like they're spraying a wall. And I was like, bruh, that was a nightmare.
Bro, I got tased like that once.
Oh, I never got tased. Like the legit kind where you're like a dead
like
fish.
The legit police taser, like the one with the okay, prongs. So this is what happened. This is like back home in North Carolina. And like it's kind of like you in Kaneohe. Like you got to drive all the way to town for the clubs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you got bars in your town, but if you want to go to like the big nightclubs, you got to drive. So it's maybe like a 30, 45 minute drive from where I grew up in to like the clubs in the city. So it's like me and a bunch of my guy friends, and we were coming back from the club, and I guess like a couple of my boys had got into a disagreement or something at the club. And like the whole way back, like 45-minute ride back, they're just like yelling and arguing with each other in the car. So my friend Mel that was driving, he was like, I had enough of you guys arguing. He pulls the car over on the side of the road. He's like, either you guys are going to shut the fuck up or you're going to get out of the car and just like fight and get this shit over with. So they elected to get out of the car and fight. So they get out of the car. We're on the side of like the freeway and they're just like going at it. You know what I mean? And we let them fight until one of them got beat up. And then we're like, okay, that's enough. But the one that got beat up was like, no, it's not enough till I say it's enough. And then we were like, oh, you want to go again? It was like, all right. So we let them go and they went again. But then a cop like passes by us and I'm like, oh shit, you guys break it up. So I'm like trying to pull them off of each other, but they weren't done. So the cop like does a U-turn in like the median in the freeway, like the little grass or whatever. And he comes back around and he's like on the little thing. He's like, all right, break it up. And I'm like, oh, go, y'all get off. And I'm pushing my homeboy up against the car. This cop just hops out of the car. Yeah, this cop just hops out of the car with his taser and just, and like,
you're the first guy to get it.
I'm the first guy to get it. Before I could say anything, I just like, oh, I pissed on myself, bro.
Oh, shit.
I pissed on myself, bro. It's probably like, it's weird, bro, because you feel it, but then like as soon as you feel it, like everything goes blank, bro. Everything's gone. You ever touched chicken wire before?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but like way more intense. Like you feel like that jolt, and then like once you feel that jolt, everything goes dark. And like I blacked out and everything. I woke up and I'm like, what the hell? And he was like, oh, apologizing to me. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm like, fuck being sorry, motherfucker. I got pissed all over myself now.
That's insane, bro. That's definitely not experience I want to ever fucking find out.
Hell no. I never want to feel that again. I got hit with a rubber bullet before too.
Oh shit! I got hit by salt bullets before. Salt. I got hit by salt. But we were in the ocean. Yeah. We were surfing on the side of Kaneohe base that was on the base side, and they shot.
Yeah.
They were telling us like, "Oh, get out the water! You're on
military property."
Yeah, and I'm just like, "Yeah, right." Say, come bring your boards. I'm like, "Bro, there's no way." I'm like. And I'm just started laughing. And then all you hear is toop, toop. And I'm just like, what the fuck is that? And then you hear the spray in the water. And I'm like, bro, they're shooting at us. And I guess it was salt, but bro, we swam like all the way. Like we paddled all the way down, like almost to Kailua. It was, I thought we were going to get in big trouble after that. Like,
holy shit.
Yeah. I was like,
I got hit with a rubber bullet, like out in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, like, maybe about like hour and a half away from where I grew up at. And during the like usually during Labor Day weekend, they have like what they call like motorcycle week. So like all the guys with like street bikes will go down there. They have like a bike rally down there. So they had like a big fight breakout, like a little small scale riot. And the cops just came out there and started shooting at everybody with rubber bullets. That shit hurts, bro.
That's where'd it hit you?
I got hit in the back of my arm, like, and it swole my whole like bicep up.
That's some Jackass shit. I seen that on Jackass. They got hit with the rubber bullets. Yeah.
They use those things in like riot, like supposed to be like riot situations or whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, bro, that's I know that. Not to get off topic, but I did want to kind of touch on your podcast and what inspired you to do it, and what kind of regimen are you trying to do with your podcast, and how's that been going?
So, my podcast is called On the Corner of TJ and Hooker. The way I came up with that name is my grandfather, he used to watch that TV show, TJ Hooker. And that was like one of his favorite shows, and kind of like a family nickname. It kind of stuck with me. Everybody
he was a cop, huh?
Yeah,
TJ Hooker
yeah.
was a yeah.
William Shatner. Yeah.
Oh, that's who it
But
was.
yeah, it was William Shatner.
Oh, okay.
Uh it's like a nickname that kind of stuck with me, but the name is more so in reference to what I felt like I was going through during COVID. Like the name is like on the corner of TJ and Hooker. And when I think about like street signs, like how the street signs cross, I
Yeah.
felt like I was kind of like at a crossroad in my life. Like I was at this point where like the old me was transitioning into the new me. So I felt like I was going in a different direction. So that's where the name on the corner of TJ and Hooker came from.
I had no idea.
Yeah, this is like the first time I've ever told anybody that. So
it was like you're at the crossroads of your life, basically.
Yeah, bro. Like I like during COVID, like you said, bro. Like I kind of like changed up like everything that most people knew me for. You know what I mean? Like, not in like a negative way, but more so in a positive way. Like trying to like highlight my attributes and like build off of them. You know what I mean? Like all of the positive things that was going on in my life, trying to do more of it and figure out ways to like transition that into something that could, you know, be, you know, something career based or something that I would do a lot more of in the future. So I just really wanted to highlight all of the relationships that I have with my friends out here on the island. I have a lot of friends that are, I feel a lot more popular or famous than I am, you know what I mean? Like, and all of them have like different walks of life. Like I have like DJ friends, I have promoter friends, I have friends that own restaurants and friends that own clothing brands and friends that are musicians. And like you said earlier, you know, with all of us promoting each other and all of us reposting each other's stuff, I felt like this was a way for me to not only promote my friends to people who knew them, but promote them to people who didn't know them by like expanding their network by you know, having them on my podcast. So people that knew me would know them in return. So it worked out pretty well. I've done about like 50. I've done about a little over 50 episodes.
You've done a lot, bro. Bro, it's consistency is the hard part, and I'm sure you know that. You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah, because it's a very, very exciting feeling to know that people are taking time out of their day and their schedule to be part of your brand. You know what I mean? So like every time somebody comes over my house and does my podcast, going along with me, you know, selling food or whatever, I cook people dinner when they come over. That's like my thing. Like, you know,
I gotta come. I gotta come one of these times.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yep, for sure.
That's like my thing. Like you took time out of your day to, you know, be on my podcast. So, you know, the least I can do is like, you know, feed you dinner. Like that's my thing. Like even before I started doing this as a profession, it's my thing. Like that's my way of saying we're friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I invite you over my home, like your home is supposed to be the safest place in the world for you. So if I invite you in my home and cook dinner for you, you should know like I feel like we're family. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's good because you've been to my house. So
yeah,
you know how
yeah,
I feel
man.
about it. But you got shot by the bug salt gun over here.
Yeah, I did. That was on that was a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, DJ Hopper Boy. I can't remember. I think I lost a game of beer pong.
Oh, and that was
I think that's what it was. I lost a game of beer pong. Yeah, I got shot with the salt gun. It didn't feel too well, but you know, I still have a picture of that.
Oh, yeah.
I had on a Carolina Panther jersey and he had on an Eagles jersey. That was a fun day, man. I enjoyed myself that day.
For sure. We definitely
that day was full of shenanigans. I can't remember what your friend's name is, but remember your boy
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
fight me over the
Yeah.
dice game?
Yeah.
Because he got drunk and he forgot his point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like if you were in Vegas and you forgot your point, the dealer isn't gonna tell you your point. So you can
Yeah.
just like either remember what your point is, or you can keep shooting the dice until you crap out. And then he got mad, like, and I'm not being a dickhead. It's just like the rules of gambling. When you lose, you pay somebody. He lost. He was only like, I think we were shooting for like $20. But like he didn't want to pay me my $20, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna give me my money. Like you can't gamble and not pay up. Like he's like, oh, you wouldn't tell me my point. Like it's not my point. It's not my point. It's not my place to tell you your point. Like if I'm shooting the dice, I'm gonna remember my point. So pay me my money.
I
He
guess
like
that
threw
is
my
the
money
rules.
at me.
But then again, in Vegas, they have a marker that shows you your point.
Yes, they do. For the drunk people.
Yeah. Anyways, brah, it's been an hour. I've been enjoying this conversation. We could probably talk for another 3-4 more hours.
Probably could.
Yeah, I'll definitely have you on again, and we'll do a real episode and
Yes.
get really into it. But I appreciate you, man, and I am over the moon with all the progress you made in life over these past couple of years. And as a friend, I definitely verbalize how much I'm proud of you and impressed by you. And
I appreciate those are the things that keep me going, bro.
Hell yeah,
I appreciate it, bro, because whether you know it or not, man, I look up to you guys, man. You guys are a very, very positive influence. You know what I mean? Like it's always good to have friends in your life to inspire you to do good things for yourself and the people around you. You know what I mean? So it's a very good thing to have people that I look up to tell me that they think that I'm doing good and I'm on the right path, man. It just lets me know that, all my efforts aren't in vain. So I appreciate it, bro.
Yep. And I mean, I'm the same with you, bro. Like I look to you and see how you are with your daughter. Even your podcast, it makes me want to do things differently. And I definitely got to get some of your food soon. It's always like Sundays and I'm always like stuck doing stuff, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But bro, we look up to each other and we're all friends and family. So we should just look next to each other. That's my goal. We're all coming up together, and bro, like honestly, like doing a podcast, you're putting yourself out there, and it's scary. Like I was scared, and it's definitely.
I am too, man, because you never know how people are gonna receive you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then you're putting yourself out there for criticism and
shit talkers and haters,
people's judgment. And as much as we like to say, oh, we're not focused on what other people say, whether you're focused on it or not, you still hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not a very easy thing to deal with sometimes, but we have to, you know what I mean? Like
we do have that enzyme, that fuck it enzyme in our head. Fuck it. We're just gonna do what we're gonna do. Anyways, we've been going for a while. I definitely appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you for coming on. And I love all the progress you made in your life. And I can't wait to see what the next couple years are gonna be like. And bro, I would love to come on your show, bro. That'd be cool. That'd be fun.
I would love to have you on my show. I gotta let you know though, man. I'll be going live though.
Yep, so. I definitely gotta watch what I say. You know how much times BBJ had to edit some shit out that I said. I was like, the next day I'm like, brah, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I'll keep my P's and Q's. Yeah. Hey.
It happens. There's been things said that I had to like. It's a good thing that I'm good at controlling the conversation, because usually when people come over my house to do my podcast, they're either gonna smoke heavy with me, and if they're not smokers, they're gonna look over in the corner and they're gonna see that I have like this bar cart in my corner with like all different kinds of alcohol.
Either way, somebody's getting lit.
Yeah, they're gonna get lit and they're gonna be like, okay, well, I have to do this thing. I need to loosen up. They're gonna take a couple shots, and by the time we get on here, they're gonna be like, ooh.
I know. This last one I did with Chris, we did a Q&A, and yeah, we got lit. I was waiting for the computer to I guess update, and we were taking shots because it's taking a while. And by the time we jumped on, we were feeling pretty good.
You probably had to do a lot of editing with the Rick Rock episode too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot went on that. A lot of that went on the trash. But he was fun, man. Though. He was fun, man.
Rick is cool as shit, man. But he definitely he's mellowed out a lot throughout the years, bro.
Oh yeah. Shoots, man. Right, bro. Well, shakas for the cameras.
Yes, sir.
Right on. I appreciate you, man. And yeah, I'll probably see you Friday.
Yep, you probably will. You'll definitely see me Friday, but we'll definitely be stopping by District.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate
All right, bro.
you. Shout out to the Artist Group Network. We're out.
Yep.
Right on, man.
I'm about to go get some Kendrick tacos.